Hello and welcome to the video review of Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Leader Class Ultra Magnus. So here is Ultra Magnus, and we're going to take a look at the packaging. Of course, you got this, in the front you got an artwork of Ultra Magnus. Side, and of course, Ultra Magnus, and Transformers Generations, Takara Tomy. The side, we see the War for Cybertron Kingdom artwork. Of course, Autobot insignia and labels, stuff. And on the back of the box, you get the promotional images and more stuff. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here he is. Now, I gotta say, this has got to be the best Ultra Magnus figure, but he's not like 100% perfect. But I think I like this Ultra Magnus figure. Definitely a favorite of the two Ultra Magnus that I own. You know, it's this guy and the Siege one. But anyways, yeah, the proportion on this guy, I quite like it. It gives the sculpting and painting. Yeah, it's like, it feels like the G1 vehicle mode. Yeah, we got some kibble. Yeah. Well, the kibble doesn't bother me that much. As for accessories, these missiles are accessories. And then you got this gun and weapon storage you can put in here, but nah, doesn't look that good. But yeah, here we got the truck, the front of the truck, and then the side. Of course, more kibble, but it doesn't bother me. And now let's get to our size comparisons. Here he is next to Transformers Netflix Optimus Prime, and no, I'm not going to be reviewing the Netflix Optimus Prime because it's the same mold as the Earthrise Optimus Prime. This is just Earthrise Optimus Prime, but like in a darker color scheme, and the trailer is not included. This is from the Earthrise one, of course. Here he is next to the Earthrise Megatron. And here he is next to Siege Ultra Magnus. Now, before anyone say that they're the same figure, well, they're the same character, but the molds are, like, different. This one is meant to be Cybertronian, of course, because, like, Siege. And this one's more, Earth Ultra Magnus. Now, after covering the two, who's that? One's the Earth mode, and the other's in Cybertron mode. Why won't we get him transformed into Albino Prime? So we're gonna remove these missiles. We're gonna basically depart almost everything in here. Sorry, my glasses fell. Alright, so we're gonna unclick this, and yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah. I'm just gonna clip these on for now. And we'll get to all of this later. I'm gonna focus on the white truck. It's just basically Ultra Magnus without all the components. Yeah. He's basically White Optimus now. But moving on, fold these heels up. Untab at the legs. Pull them down. Fold his arms up. Turn his wrist. And then have it slightly clicked. Oh wait, hold up. Actually, no. Before I was meant to untab the arms to get to the head. Fold them out. Oh. Now angle the spine and then fold the butt up. Yes, that's the butt. And fold the chest down and then fold the head up and there you go. And here we have the Albino Prime mode, and this is basically Optimus Prime, but white. Yeah, the painting and sculpting on this guy, it's like, who cares about it? Like, who cares about the Albino Prime? It's basically White Optimus. Yeah. Now, he does wobble. But there are no ratchet joints, but yeah, just that's that. Now, articulation, the head on a ball joint, rotation, the arm moves out, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, oh shoot, wrist swivel, waist swivel, direction, and then move that there. Connect that car. A spread, thigh swivel, bend at the knee, and then a toe pivot. And the posability on this guy, it's alright. But like, again, who cares about Albino Prime? It's basically White Optimus Prime. Yeah, let's just get to the size comparisons. Here we got Optimus Prime, the Earthrise one. And yes, I do own both of them. Yeah, just one's in robot mode and one's in truck mode. So, saves me time. Earthrise Megatron. And Siege Albino Prime. Which again, White Optimus Prime, but Cybertronian. And with that said, let's get into actual Ultra Magnus. Flip them. We'll get to these later. I wanna take these apart, of course. You wanna fold this and then fold this, and we'll get to this later. Then you wanna hold on. Oh yeah. You wanna fold these and then peg them, and then same thing for the other one. Okay. Same thing for the other one. And now we get to the core. fold these down, unpeg the arms, then fold his chest out, pull the butt down, fold his chest, and then fold his head down, and then clip it. Yeah, peg them back together. And now we get to the assembly. Yeah. Peg these. Armors. Then yeah. Yeah. Peg his shoulder, or this clip too. Yeah, the peg, and do the same thing as the other on the other side. And then, yeah. And then you clip in the legs. And then you just clip this in his spine. And then peg everything. And then the final touch, his shoulder missiles. Of course, yeah. Oh wait, hold up. I forgot to do this. I fold his crotch. And then, yeah, do this. And here we have the robot mode, actual Ultra Magnus. And I gotta say, the proportion on him is actually really good for an G1 Ultra Magnus. Not perfect, but you know what? I can let that slide. No matter what they do with what they did with this Ultra Magnus, I love it. I love everything about this Ultra Magnus, no matter what. And yeah, these feet are like specifically sculpted in a specific angle, so like, yeah, getting to that specific angle. And yeah, head sculpt is great, and with this light I can hopefully try to cover that. Oh yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah. Nice light piping on this figure. And yeah. Yeah, this side is like a bit plain because I guess this was meant to like put it in an Autobot sticker. But why they couldn't just like, I guess they didn't like decide to print one. So yeah, we're all better off with a no Autobot symbol, Ultra Magnus, except in his butt. But yeah. So articulation, ball joint on the head, can look up and down, and basically everything that I covered in the Albino Prime mode. And then of course these missiles can turn. So yeah, there's not worth like naming all of it. It's just like, you know, just same as the Albino Prime mode. And then, of course, like this, I guess this is worth mentioning. since it's part of this part. Toe pivot, a stronger one. Posability on this guy is nice. It's nice. Yeah. Of course, it's just accessory. Of course, the previously mentioned gun can bang into his hand, and yeah. Now, let's get into some size comparisons. Megatron and Ultra Magnus. So the overall figure, I give it a 9 out of 10. Of course, like I said in the beginning of the review, the best Ultra Magnus out in the market, mainline. Definitely grab this, pick him up, and yeah. If you really want a awesome looking Ultra Magnus toy, this is the one. Go ahead. And for the next review, yes, I know these guys are repaints, and I'll cover about the Ratchet later in the review, but I think this 2-pack is worth talking about.